All right, we're driving the 22 GMC Sierra 1500 Elevation, and I want to do kind of a first impressions on this because I haven't spent much time behind the wheel of this generation GMC 1500. This is probably my trim level of choice for the Elevation. I think it kind of hits the sweet spot between features and price. This one has the cloth seats. However, I think I'd spec it out with the center console and the electronic shifter. This one's also kind of an interesting choice because it is the 2.7 turbo. So it's kind of an unusual engine for a truck, being that it is a 4-cylinder. It does have start-stop, which is actually very seamless. You don't really notice it shutting off or restarting. It's pretty smooth, pretty seamless. They've definitely kind of ironed that out over the last few years or so. And this 2.7 is also a very quiet engine, and it returns fairly good fuel economy. So if you're not really towing or hauling a bunch of stuff, the 2.7 is probably a pretty good choice, especially if you're doing a lot of in-town driving. I really like the updates they made on the 22 Sierra with the new dashboard and the larger infotainment screen. And then, you do have the higher end models that have real wood trim, which is a nice touch. I'm pretty impressed also by how quiet this truck is. Was definitely expecting some more road noise, some more wind noise, especially with these mild all-terrain tires that this one has. Kind of a strange omission on this truck is the blind spot monitoring. With all the other driver assistance features, I kind of expected it to have that. Seems a little sluggish, but we're only doing about 3,000 RPM before it shifts. You get a slight turbo noise when you lift out the throttle, which is kind of neat. But other than that, like I said, this engine is pretty quiet. And that's one of the reasons I think you would want to choose the 2.7. So the Elevation has some neat touches that the other Sierra trucks don't have. And so that would be the gloss black wheels. Also, the grille surround is painted body color, and like the middle insert of the grille is black. It also has this desert sand exterior paint color, which is pretty cool. It's a little sluggish to get up to speed, but once you get going, it's not too bad. So this truck is also available with the 5.3-liter V8 or the 3-liter inline-6 diesel. Both of those are a great choice. I think my personal preference would be for the diesel, and those actually seem to be pretty popular. I've noticed quite a few of those out running around. Of course, the biggest downside to the diesel would be the added maintenance cost. Oil changes are going to be more expensive. It does have DEF, of course, and the fuel filter. So just certain things like that will cost a bit more money to maintain as compared to the 5.3 or the 2.7. So the steering on this truck is fairly light, but yet it still has some feel. Like you don't feel like you're doing absolutely nothing when you turn the wheel. It's a fairly windy day, and there's not a ton of wind noise coming into the cabin. So there was kind of a first impressions test drive of the 22 GMC Sierra 1500 2.7.